Hey beautiful friends, welcome into my channel. My name is Jackie Alves, and today we're going to be talking about some beautiful blush, lipstick, and especially eyeshadow shades and techniques that are going to set off your blue eyes, your green eyes, and even your brown eyes if you've got a little bit of gold in them, which most of you do. If you've got brown eyes and you look close, you might have a little bit of gold in there. So you're going to want to stick around. I'm going to feature a beautiful new product. I found this by Smashbox. It's a great luminous under eye brightener that you're gonna love. I partnered it with this beautiful Radiant primer and foundation, and I'm even gonna show you a couple of contour and highlight techniques that I know you're gonna love. So stick around, we're gonna have a lot of fun, and this look is gonna be one of your favorites. I just know it. Hang tight. All right, you guys, I've gone in with a little bit of that Radiant primer. That is a silicone-based primer, and now I'm going right on top of that with my Royal Radiance foundation. This is the one by Jafra Cosmetics that I love for just a nice kind of dewy finish. It gives me a real pretty glow to my skin. And I'm using the shade Nude right through the middle. A little bit on my eyelids, but not really much underneath. And most of this shade is just going right in the middle area here. I will put some on my chest. Let me get just a little bit more. You guys know the red chest situation. And I'll even bring a little down my neck. But I'm gonna go on those outer perimeters with a deeper shade, not so much to like sculpt as a contour, because I can go back with powder and do that. But I do just want to use two foundations to have some dimension. Now you don't have to do this if you like your foundation shade and you're getting a good match and it does what you want it to do. That's totally fine. I'm just gonna go in with this deeper shade. It's called, this one's Bronze. And I like it to just warm up the outer perimeters. And I like Bronze because it's not quite as orangey as some of the other deeper shades. And I also like this because then I can mix them sometimes and adjust my foundation shade as I need to or as I want to. Sometimes I'd like to look a little bronzy and sometimes I don't. You know, sometimes I've got to add a little more gold and dimension to my foundation. And other times I already know I'm going to do that with a bronzer or whatever. You know, sometimes it's just what you're in the mood for. And, you know, speaking of what you're in the mood for, you already know you're in the channel of no rules when you're around here. So I want you to do what makes you feel beautiful with your makeup. If you're not sure what to do, then you're in the right place because I got tons of tips and tricks for you. But I don't want you to feel like there's a right or wrong with makeup. If you like something and it makes you feel beautiful and you've been told, you can't do that because you're old, don't listen. Don't listen to that baloney. You can do what you want. You know, I feel like because I'm older, I'm qualified to do what I want. It doesn't, you know, age appropriate is in the eye of the beholder. I don't know that I would wear ponytails, pigtails in my hair and do the schoolgirl dress. You know, I don't know that that's appropriate for me. But, you know, if you're 97 years old and you want to wear pigtails and a schoolgirl dress and that makes you feel cute, whatever. Be cute. Be all the cute. And if your husband says you're cute when you're wearing it, then wear it all the time. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and buff that cheek area just a little bit. Just use a concealer brush. Just to make sure I didn't bring the bronze down too far. I like to leave this lighter right here. Okay, because I really want my jawline to look more accentuated. If you haven't seen the recent video I just did on hiding jowls and bags, you gotta check it out because we talked about strengthening up that jawline, pushing back from the attention, those crazy jowls that drive us nuts. All right, so I've got a good amount of foundation on. I like it, it's pretty glowy. It's all gonna come together. You're gonna love this look, but I'm gonna use just a little bit of powder right now. I'll just use the Photo Set by Jafra because I want lightweight. I don't want to take away the dewy kind of glow that I've got working right now, but I do believe it needs to be set just a little bit and buffed out. This also prepares it for any other powder products. So just setting it in is really helpful. Not, you know, caking and baking. That is not the jam. I honestly don't know that I approve of that regardless of age, regardless of anything. You know, if you like it, like I said, there's no rules. You can cake and bake all you want, but I don't know that that's a good thing. It looks great on camera. It looks looks good when you first do it. You know, you're caking and baking with that powder and it's like, oh, that's nice and bright and all the things. But you know, one smile, one laugh, you have the San Andreas fault under your eyes, and nobody wants that. All right, I'm gonna go in with my contour palette that I seem to have misplaced. Here it is. And I'm gonna just add a little bit of that powder contour to where I have bronzed up, because it's just gonna make it go next level. It will deepen it. It will bring out more of a contoured, sort of chiseled effect to my cheek, because as you can see, I've lost a lot of volume in my cheeks. I used to have some good cheeks, and now they're just shwack. They're just flat. I've got this oblong face. So I want to give this lifted appearance by scooping it up. Okay. I'll do a little bit on the other side. And this really just helps build that up, because I did the bronze foundation underneath. It's like I'm double layering. I like this for long wear when it's a look I have to have all day. I've got Makeup Academy tonight, you guys, and I have a makeup school here in my studio, and in the evenings I have students come one night a week, and we have an in-house makeup school. So of course, you know, it's night one of our new semester, so I want to look amazing. I want to look like the fabulous makeup teacher, not like the crazy lady, which I am, but I can't let them know that straight out the gate. All right, now I'm gonna go underneath my jaw again. And voila. Now I'm gonna be using some pink, because I'm wearing that beautiful pink blazer that you saw in the beginning of the video. And I'm really kind of celebrating. Oh, let me show you. I'm using one orange, one pink, just to get a peach. But I'm really celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Month. My mom passed of breast cancer a few years ago, and I love that we have something like Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so we can talk about it. We're allowed to grieve. We are allowed to celebrate. Maybe we're in remission, or maybe we went back and they found no cancer. And like me, I got a great report on my mammogram I just had a few days ago. Everything's normal. So it's a good thing that we can talk about it, that we can draw attention to it. And it makes it really okay for us to go get those mammograms and be there for one another, and just help us take care of one another. You know, it brings it into the open forum to discuss, and not just in a tragic way. Like, yes, I did lose my mom, but also in a good way. Like, we have resources now. We can get these tests. You know, I can go with my girlfriend. I can encourage my daughter. So I'm thankful for all of that. All right, but long story short, there's going to be some pink involved in this, because not only is October Breast Cancer Awareness Month and everybody's doing the pink ribbons and all the things, it's also my birthday month. Woo! Yes, I'm going to be 51 in just a couple of days, actually. And I love pink. My first car was a pink Volkswagen Bug, like a 1967, I think. And I love pink. So I'm gonna go in right now with my lightest shade of eyeshadow right here. And I'm gonna put it on my entire eyelid. Just really brightening that eyelid up. And then I'm gonna go in with some pink. Now I've got this pink eyeshadow right in the middle. You guys see me use sometimes, but I sometimes will mix it with the brown, but I'm gonna stay very pink today. Even though it's a warm pink. I'll do another look later in a few days. It's gonna be a cool pink. So don't panic. Don't give me the, I need you to wear the cool pinks, Jackie. I love you in cool pinks. You wear warms too much. I like you in cool colors. Just hold on, I'll get there. We'll do that one next. But I do love a good warm pink. I cannot help it. I love all pink though. All right, you can see I'm really getting in the crease of my eye and fading it up towards my brow. Pretty, huh? All right, I'm gonna do the other side. See you in a sec. All right, I've got that pink in my crease. I brought it out as far as I could, and then I used a little bit of chocolate brown just right there to accent that outer corner, blended it into the pink. And now I'm gonna do something a little bit crazy. I'm going to take a liquid eyeshadow, and this is the shade Dorado. It's a gold shade, obviously. And I'm gonna put that on my bottom lid, right in the center, and then just blend it over. So this liquid can layer on top of powder because it's a really thin liquid. It's not like a cream eyeshadow. But see how that added some depth as well? So it's a little bit smoky, but still gold. It's still gonna pop the blue, the green, or even the brown eyes. Like I always say, sometimes brown eyes have flecks of gold and we don't even recognize that. But these warm colors can bring that out really beautifully. Now I'm not bringing it all the way to the inner corner because we're gonna pop that with a really beautiful warm pink shimmer. All right, that looks nice. Really smoky again, popping the heck out of some blue in my eyes. Green will be the same. Don't feel like if you have green eyes, you've got to constantly wear purple or mauve, which is beautiful. I'm not saying not to wear it, but it's not the only way, friends. It's not the only way. Now I'm gonna take some of the brown eyeshadow with my small crease brush and get it right at my lash line. Same on the other side. Making sure it kind of wraps around. Very pretty. Now I've got this like warm pink shimmer right here. And this is my Beauty Bar Soft Glam palette. Really familiar, really similar to a couple of Morphe palettes that I really love that are out there. So anything that's got some warm nudes or warm neutrals in it, you can find shades like this. But I'm gonna take that on my ring finger and pop it on the inner corner. And it's like just incredible how beautiful and bright it is. And we'll do the other side. So it's really just melting into that gold brown we put on the bottom when we used the liquid eyeshadow. And just getting it about a third of the way over, I would say. It doesn't have to be too scientific. I'm gonna take my eyeshadow brush I've been using for the pink and just make sure everything is blended well. I didn't put more eyeshadow in it. I just wanna make sure that, you know, all the shimmers are just really blended across, that you can't see where one ends and one begins. All right, that looks really pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of mascara and some brows, and I'll be right back. Oh my God, I almost forgot eyeliner. I don't know what's wrong with me. I was getting excited because there's a few more things I wanna share with you, like that glowy under eye concealer. I really wanna show you. It's like, I got ahead of myself. I gotta do eyeliner before mascara and brows. Today I'm going to use this Inkwell eyeliner. I like it because it's got a stubby tip on it, like almost like a Sharpie. But it's short and kind of, it's hard. So I have a little more control than if I use the long floppy pen, because I don't know, I just feel like I can get a little more control with this one. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm gonna start with my fat triangle out here. Start small, and then I'll bring it over and then begin to make it disappear. All right, now, super thin on that inner corner. And bring it down to the lash line. Now I'll elongate just a little bit. which you don't have to. You can leave it short and stubby if you're more comfortable with it. But that's a nice, really pretty wing. And notice it doesn't go and disappear. I brought it straight out, so it's a triangle that disappears into my lashes. Now I'm not looking up, I wanna give it a second to dry. And that's super key with that liquid eyeliner. Give it a minute to dry and make sure it disappears into the lashes so you don't have a big fat black line going all the way across that closes off your eyes. Because I still wanna showcase that beautiful shimmer on the inner corner. And you can do this with regular, like a pencil. If you're uncomfortable with liquid, I don't want you to feel obligated to have to execute this one particular thing. Just, you know, keep it easy for yourself. I'll go ahead and do the other eye. Same thing, start small. Fat triangle build up here. Now, see how I was going this way, now I'm swapping it this way to make sure it disappears into my lash line, and now I'll go ahead and lengthen the side. All right, I'm gonna get my mascara on and brows, and I'll see you in a minute. All right, I'm going back in with just a little bit of contour to bring this back into play. I'll do just a little bit on the sides of my nose. I don't often do a nose contour because I wear glasses, but when I do it, I like to do just a little bit of powder. If I did like a severe like cream contour, my glasses would create wells and it'd be very obvious. Plus I have that scar on my nose, so I try not to do too much on the nose, but I did just want to kind of deepen the sides of it to brighten the middle. Okay, so now let's do some lashes, but first I want to use my golden, it's a highlighter here in my contour palette, and I'm going to use just a little bit on the inner corner. I know I've already got that eyeshadow in there, but I do want to use this gold to set it off. Check that out. Just with this tiny little brush. Let's get the other side. And it really reflects some beautiful light in there. And especially because it's gold, it's really gonna set off green eyes or flecks of gold that are in brown eyes. So this is gonna be really beautiful for you. Oh, I love that, it's so pretty. Okay, now we can do some lashes. Now I wanna show you these again. I've used these several times recently and I want you to be able to get a good look at them. I got them on Amazon. Let me bring them closer. Just a few bucks, I think $7, maybe $8 for this entire cart of lashes. And I really love them. My clients are loving them because they may look, you know, like they're kind of big, they're thick, whatever. They're not, because the way they're in these little clusters, you can cut like a certain amount of sections. Like I usually will cut 2 or 3 sections from my lash. And, oops, where's my glasses? And that not only kind of takes down the length because you're cutting from the outer corner, cut from the outer corner, but it also will give you a half lash. So I'm just gonna cut 2 sections off. It's gonna give you a half lash that's easier to apply. So much smaller there. And I'm just gonna place it on the outer corner of my eye. So, oops, I better leave these crazy glasses on because I gotta see the glue now. And I'll use my little lash applicator tool to just hold these crazy little dudes. These little teeny tiny spiders. They're actually really fluffy and they look very beautiful and fairly natural when you get them on too. Because like I said, I've cut off quite a bit of length. So they're not gonna be really long, crazy. Make sure you let your glue get a little bit tacky. I'm gonna have to go in with that magnifying mirror that I can see into the future with. This is such a strong mirror. Makes me go cross-eyed sometimes. All right, coming in, ready? Just get it right on top of your lashes. And because the glue will stay blue until it dries, it helps you to see where it is. Now that glue that I just used is by Kiss Cosmetics, but Duo also makes a great glue as well, D-U-O. Both are really good. But I always recommend getting the clear or white glue, never getting the black glue. Because if you get that in the wrong spot, it just is what it is and you're in trouble, friend. You got a big black globber. Now look how pretty these are. And see, I told you they wouldn't be outrageously huge. Not bad at all. And then I just pinched the end together because my lashes were coming down and I want them to be friends. I want them to hang out. So I just pinch them together right there. You guys remember I told you that I got my mammogram done recently. I was telling my husband about the experience. I don't think I've ever described it to him because he was like, how are you feeling? And I was like, I'm a little nervous. And he was like, oh, because of your mom. I said, well, yes, but also because it's uncomfortable. It feels weird. It's a little embarrassing. And so I was telling him about the squisher machine and he would look on his face was like, and he goes, who invented that? I was like, I don't know. I think it says GE on the machine, General Electric. He goes, no, that's clearly a man because that's a horrible thing. He goes, I can't believe they would do that to you. There's got to be a better way. Can't they make it out of silicone and in the shape of hands or something? I was like, I don't know, babe. I just got to go get it done. Yeah, and I would think, you know, as far as we have come technologically, medically, all the things, you know, you'd think that there would be a better way. I know they can do ultrasounds on a lot of things now, but, you know, the squisher, it's got to go soon. All right, I'm going to get this other lash done. I'll be right back. And I love the way this is turning out. These lashes are so pretty, you guys. I hope you give them a try. And you know, the best part is there's so many pairs on that card. If you mess them up, it's okay. You don't have to feel bad. You can just throw them away. They weren't expensive. Now I'm gonna go in with a lip liner that's called Blushing. This is one of the matte lip liners that I love. And I'm gonna give it a good build up. So this is gonna be a process that you're gonna love. So check out this lip. I'll start at my Cupid's bow. Overlining a little bit. Okay, now I'll do the bottom. You can see, check this out. See how far I overline? So don't be afraid to try it. You don't have to like it and continue to wear it, but give it a try. Put in several layers. And now I'm going to color it in just a little bit for this ombre effect. Now I'm going to go with this really light pink that I use so much, but I can't help it because it's so pretty. And especially right now, because we're doing pink. My favorite pink lipstick by Jafra Cosmetics, Pink the Perfect Fit. And it really is the perfect fit. It's so perfect. It's actually the color of pink that my Volkswagen was that I told you about, my first car. A beautiful pink. Oh, I think my neighbors over there are blasting some music. It's getting a little crazy. You know, it's only Wednesday, people. As I'm over here in the full glam pink aroma, wham bam, thank you glam. Now I'm gonna use my lip plumping jelly on top and look at this crazy color, but trust that process. This is Picante Pink, and you have to say it, Picante Pink. I don't know why, but if you say the word Picante and you don't say it like that, it just doesn't have the same effect. So Picante Pink. And I love it because it's a lip plumping jelly, but it does add a great punch of pink. So many P words. I can't take it no more. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use that concealer. Now I saved the best for last. You can do this at any point if you want, you guys. I want you to use it before you do false lashes, if that's what you feel comfortable with. I want you to use it before mascara, but I saved it till the end because I want you to see this big difference, okay? I wouldn't normally leave it all the way till even after lipstick, but I want you to see. My makeup looks great. I really love the way it looks, but I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this Smashbox under eye brightener. I'm gonna use a flat concealer brush. You can use your ring finger if you prefer. You can use a fluffy concealer brush, but I want to avoid all of the pretty eyeshadow that I did. So I'm gonna use flat, and I don't want too much product. I want to be careful with it because it's pretty thick. That little tiny pot of under eye brightener cost me $33, but I barely use any, so I know it will last a long time. So I'm okay paying a little more for something if I'm not gonna go right through it. Now I'm bringing it right up into the corner, but not erasing that eyeshadow we did. So if your darkness goes all the way into your corner, go ahead and do your concealer before you do that pop of shimmer. And now I'm just gonna slice my eyeshadow up a little bit, get that brightening effect really popped in there well by pressing it and bouncing instead of pulling and yanking. It's so pretty, you guys, and it's very luminous. It feels good under the eyes. It's super moist. I was concerned at first because I thought it even felt a little bit greasy. I thought it might crease, but once I got it on, I really began to love it. So, you know, if you don't like a luminous concealer, it's okay. You can just use regular concealer in this look. But I just wanted to show you guys, look at that. I'm just looking at myself going, wow, it's so pretty. And the pink lips, of course, give this beautiful kind of youthful punch to the whole look. Now, gotta let the hair down. I'm gonna go ahead and style my hair out. Give me just a second. All right, I brought the hair back to life. I'm gonna use these great gold earrings. And of course, I'm wearing like this crazy gold tube top, because I'm gonna wear a jacket and chances are I'm not taking this jacket off. I would not, like, I will do sleeveless, but I don't think I'm gonna be doing a tube top in public anytime soon. So I'm comfortable with having my bra there being all annoying looking, because that fantastic pink jacket, it's just a Liz Claiborne, you guys. Oh, I still have the tag on it too. Let me get the tag off. I got it on sale, and I was so excited when I found it because it was a really great deal. I got it on sale for under 20 bucks. But look at this color. I love, love, love this look so much, you guys. I hope you give it a try. 1, 2, 3, or all of these tips I know you would love, especially if you've got some blue, some green, or even some brown eyes that happen to have some gold in them. I think this look would be beautiful on any of you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today here on my channel. I hope you know that I love and appreciate you, and please don't forget to like and subscribe and check out our members only area where you can join for as little as $2.99 a month. I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye, everyone.